What's going on, fellas? It's your boy Urban Red Pill. What's going on, my Red Pill brothers? I am back from a week of Coach YouTube suspension. They decided to take your boy out the game, and in typical Michael Jordan fashion, if Phil Jackson takes him out the game because he shoots too much, the moment he puts him back in the game, he will continue to shoot. And I will also follow that path accordingly. Now, what I want to speak about, oh, and by the way, the suspension wasn't over me speaking of violence, of me speaking of some terrorist threats, or me speaking of any type of, homophobic acts or anything like that. The suspension was over me critiquing a confessed video from a black woman that confessed that she infected multiple men, married, relationship, and single men, as well as her baby father with the HIV virus. That's a video she made that she admitted herself. The only thing I did was make commentary on her confession, and that was considered hate speech. But not one time was her confession to giving a deadly virus anything. So with that being said, today I want to talk about the title of this video and, about she will blow it. What I mean by she will blow it, and the way I'm going to frame this is, if you notice, what we tend to talk about more in the manosphere is we will talk about the small exception of high value, wealthy men that have gotten entangled with some gold digging cunt, and she took them to the cleaners through the feminist factory and raped them, right? But what we don't talk about is how many of these bitches have blew it. How many times do they blow it? Now, I'm going to put an article in the description of a newspaper. Now, this was way back in the day, pretty much pre-second wave, where this would be in the actual newspaper where they would teach women proper etiquettes on what to do, how to act, how to behave, and conduct themselves when it comes to dealing with men or their husband. I mean, this made the fucking paper, all right? The reason why they gave these women these rules, and the reason why they gave them this type of coaching as compared to the bullshit inquiries that you see in the supermarket checkout aisle, is they then even knew that she will blow it. If you do not indoctrinate these core values and these etiquettes into her, she will blow it. She will never get married. I'm going to give you an example of even in my life. And this is going to be a real quick example. My mother met my father. She was around 20, 21 years old. He was older. He was pretty much, he had 10, maybe around 10 years on her, right? They went through the courtship process, the vetting process, for 2 years. They dated for 2 years. They got married, and they've had 4 kids. By the time they divorced, my oldest sister was 12 years old. So why do I say this? What I'm saying is this. Because they came from another time where women were coached into covering the war paint, hiding the mask, putting on a smoke and mirror show. But the thing is, they taught them how to do it for a long period of time. They taught them how to have the fortitude to push it forward. Think about this. We're talking 2 years of courtship, and I would say she started pounding the feminist sledgehammer into the foundation by the time, let's say my sister was 9 is 10, and they finally divorced when she was 12. So let's say give or take 10 years. My mother had to wear a mask for 10 years. She had my father under a illusion a blue pill spell for 10 years. That's how long she was able to keep that facade up until, of course, the feminist sledgehammer hit the ground, cracked the foundation, and the rest is history. I'll get more into that in another video. Now, we fast forward to now. There's no news articles. There's no etiquette papers. No nothing. The only thing you have is, is no brake pads on the hypergamy. It's wide open. It's a see you to the finish line type race with these bitches. Notice how quick they blow it. It's to the point now in 2019, if any guy that is out there casually dating, if you do not understand the gist of this demon in a 6-month span, you have on the blue goggles. Remember, they do not have, we're in a microwave society. They do not have the wherewithal to play the long game. We're talking the real long game. The long game that I told you my mother played for 10 years. That's what you call a long game. Their long game is, when am I getting a ring after a year? So if you really think about it, how much do we have to place the blame on the men that continue to play this dance? Because think about it, women have no control over commitment. The only thing they control is access to sex. Commitment is 100% up to the man. She can whine, cry, where's this going, what are we, all we want. But at the end of the day, the buck stops with commitment with the man. Because she will fucking blow it. She cannot go past 6 months in this society that we're in right now with access to social media. You can know this bitch's history and what type of person she is just by going through her social media. You mean to tell me that these chicks are not getting pumped and dumped and left within 6 months, and you actually have guys out here having date nights and commitments, in some cases marriage, with these women that can't even hold the facade for longer than 6 months? What is it that you men are seeing? She has a history, a biological history of blowing it. This is the reason why they put the brakes on these whores way back then. This is the reason why they made articles to show grown women now, how to act. Once those things were gone, what you have right now is female nature front and center out in the flesh. And my question is for the men, what I am trying to understand, because I've dated a lot of women. I would like to know, what is it that you're seeing that I'm not? Even me wet behind the ears, I saw red flags within a 6-month span. And as I continue to guzzle down more red pills, that shit is now like I could meet a bitch the first week, 2 weeks, and understand what the fuck she is. I need to know what are the men that are going past these 6 months phase where this is you're helping her out, paying for her stuff, treating her responsibilities like they're yours. After past the 6 month span, what is it that you're seeing? Because the only conclusion I can draw is that you're wearing the blue goggles. You're wearing the blue lenses. She will blow it. The world knows that women are not capable of making lifetime decisions. They have blown it with their children. They have blown it with the institution of marriage, because that is what it is. They have blown it with the nuclear family unit. They have blown it in the workforce. They have ruined. I made a video on this if you check my previous videos. They have ruined the society that we live in. Look at the world in the country, the United States that I'm speaking of primarily, that you have to live in. When you walk out of the door of your sanctuary, out of your house, and you go out into this cesspool of bullshit, what is it that you're seeing that I'm not? I don't care what state you're in, what city you in. It does not even matter. This toxic culture is nationwide. What is it that you're seeing that's making you go past 6 months of even interacting with these demons? Prove me wrong. What have they done? What have they been good at that has been a greater good for everybody? Hell, they abuse their own, they lead the nation in child abuse. They abuse their own offspring. She's going to blow it. So my question is this. Imagine if you're in the military. You're going to combat. You're going out there to fight the dragon. You have a 100% understanding that the person that you're going to war with has a reputation, a history of just fucking blowing it. Everything he does, he blows it. How comfortable would you feel placing your life in combat in this person's hands if they have a history of blowing it? Now, fast forward this, imagine that same fuck up, change the gender, and actually put a biological imperative onto it. A history of blowing it, not able to make tough decisions. Why would you risk? Because at the end of the day, I don't mean to compare the way we live to war as, you know, it is no comparison to that. That's not what I'm trying to do here. But yes, war can destroy your lives. It does destroy lives, and family court does also. That's the coalition that I'm trying to create here. I'm not in no way trying to say combat and dealing with these whores is identical. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is both have the capacity to destroy your life. Yes, if you go to war, you could possibly die, you could lose limbs, or you could suffer from mental ailments. If you deal with this modern day woman past 6 months, yes, your life can be destroyed to the better part of 2 decades. Why do I know this? Because she biologically will ruin it. They just don't have it in them. Everything they touch, they've destroyed it. Have you been into the typical 2019 female's house? The typical. I'm not talking about exceptions here. I'm not talking about the OCD type females. I am not talking about them. I am talking typical. I'm talking about general. The general females out here. Have you been inside? And I'm not talking about where she knows you're coming a week ahead, where she could go ahead and prep everything up. I'm talking where after a while, you know, every now and then you show up where she doesn't really have time to put on a magic trick. And look, and just look around. For the most part, all you're going to see is destruction. If they have kids, I don't know why you guys are dating single mothers, but those who do, walk into their single mother's household and watch the chaos. And she's comfortable there. She's happy there. She's able to, you know, live her life, talk on the phone where you have nothing but a war zone going on in the background. This is what you're dealing with. I just wanted to release this video because I'm trying to figure out, is there something that I'm not seeing? Because what I am seeing is they will blow it. Even when I meet guys that will meet a female, they just met her. They're, you know, oh man, you know, of course they talk about, you know, her exterior body, you know, all the little typical guy talk. In the back of my mind, which I don't tell them, I just let them go ahead and enjoy themselves. But in the back of my mind, I chuckle because I have this subconscious in me that she's gonna blow it. And 9 times out of 10, when the dust clears, you're getting a phone call, or next time you see them, it just fizzled out. It didn't work. And when by the time they break down what happened, it's something that she did. Because at the end of the day, guys, they say 20-something plus % of these women are on anxiety medications. Those are the ones who actually went to go seek treatment. How many of these women are out here that probably need to be on medications and they're not taking that shit? They're out here running amok with a mental disorder. This is why I'm asking the question once again. Is there something that I'm seeing that I'm not seeing that you guys are seeing? Because all I see is walking mental disorders. I just don't see them lasting with a sane man past a 6-month period. I just don't see it. And 6 months is really pushing it. Anything past that, like I said, you're wearing the blue goggles. You guys comment, let me know if you know, maybe it's something you could put me on to. But as of where I stand right now, I just don't know what the fuck y'all seeing. You guys take care of yourself, man. It is a gender war out here. You know, they may say it's over. It's no such thing. As long as you can get raked through the coal, over the coals, over an accusation, allegation, without no proof, no evidence, nothing. It's still it's a war. It's a war. You can have your life destroyed with the snap of a finger. To me, that is not progress. Until that is dismantled, then I'm going to keep pressing this and hitting this home. You guys take care. Like the video. It is more videos to come. YouTube, I don't know what the fuck's going on with them. Like I said, I try to keep this thing as clean as I can. But, you know, at the end of the day, I still have to push these truths to help men out. You guys take care. Remember, men first. I don't give a damn what they say. Men first. We built this shit. Take care.